Welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. And in today's video, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder. So the Thunder have obviously been in the middle of a rebuild over the past few seasons. Now, last season, they were not a playoff team, but they did make the play-in. They actually won a game in the play-in, lost the second one to the Timberwolves, and did not end up making the NBA playoffs. But this is a tremendous young core, and this is a team with a ton of assets. I mean, just endless draft picks. I think it's, like 16 draft picks over the next, 5 years or whatever. It's ridiculous. Sam Presti's one of the best basketball GMs, and yeah, man, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this today. I'm excited to get into this Thunder rebuild, but before I do, as always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. We're going to get to every team eventually, but if you have a rebuild you really want to see me do next, let me know down below. So yeah, man, other than that, I can't really say enough good things about the Thunder. They went about a rebuild the exact way I think you should. This should be kind of the model that every franchise that needs a rebuild kind of goes through. Obviously, that's much easier said than done, but Sam Presti makes a lot of right decisions. I'm going to see if I can make some today as well. Let's get into it. Let's go over this Thunder roster, see the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't think there's much ugly on this team, but yeah, man, I just gave you kind of my initial thoughts, and I stand by that take. This team is very young, and they're going to be good for a long time. So the best player on this team, shai-gilgeous, he's 25 years old, All-NBA first team last season, 93 overall, literally a 0% chance he goes anywhere. He's the cornerstone piece for this franchise. He's very good. They brought in this man this offseason. I'm terrible with names. I'll try to pronounce it Vasilije Micic. Probably butchering the pronunciation on that, but 2K gave him a 77 overall. He is 29 years old. Obviously, a little bit interesting to be kind of making... Oh, is he a second-round pick? Must have just never played. I actually don't know. But nonetheless, he's relatively new to the NBA, it appears. So we'll see what kind of the lengths and the standings and the perimeters are on a player like this. They have Tre Mann here as well. He's 22 years old at that 75 overall. I'm obviously going to have to make a decision who my backup point guard is going to be. I like Josh Giddey quite a lot. Great facilitator of the ball. Does a lot of things really, really well. Can give you a triple-double if you need it. I'm very excited to build around him next to SGA, obviously. They have Isaiah Joe here. He's the backup shooting guard at this moment. 76 overall, 24 years old. It's not too bad of an option. Didn't they technically trade for Victor Oladipo from Miami this offseason? Yeah. I mean, he's probably not going to see many minutes from me anyways. I'd rather flip him to a contender. I don't know. It'd be cool to see Victor Oladipo get a ring. Lou Dort here at the small forward spots on a pretty good contract. They have Aaron Wiggins here as well. Two decent options at my small forward spot. Power forward spot, Jalen Williams had a tremendous rookie season. Was the number 12 overall pick in last year's draft. And yeah, man, I hope we can continue building around him today, maybe as a third option, something like that. We'll see. Kendrick Williams here as well, and Ousmane Dieng, who was the 11th overall pick in the 2022 draft. A little bit of a different trajectory than what Jalen Williams did. They went back-to-back, but we'll see. Center spot. This is going to be Chet Holmgren's rookie season. Obviously sat out the entirety of last year with an injury. Was he number 2? Yeah, he was the second overall pick. I'm excited to see what he can kind of do for us here today. Poku's here as well. He's only 21, and then the other Jalen Williams is here. A lot of young talent on this team. As I mentioned, just about 85,000 draft picks to play with today. I mean, this is just mind-boggling to see. So we might have one or two trades. Nothing major right now, though. We're making a deal here with the Charlotte Hornets. We're going to send them Victor Oladipo, 3 future second-round picks. We're going to acquire the unprotected first-round pick from the Charlotte Hornets in 2027. We're getting Cody Martin as well. Martin really won't play. He is on a multi-year deal. Maybe could include him in a trade next season. Now, obviously, Victor Oladipo would have been a cool veteran to have, and I think there's definitely benefits, something like that. In real life, here in 2K, I'm taking the draft pick every single day of the week, especially for a player who is expiring. So we make that deal with Charlotte. In terms of anything else major, I don't really know, quite honestly. I mean, the point guard spot's still interesting to me. Both these guys here on multi-year deals. I'm not going to lie to you. Part of me wants to go with the young guy and just have Tre Mann play. I think there's a little bit more potential than a guy who's basically 30, but their overall difference is 2. The age difference is 7. So that's going to be a decision that I do have to make, but other than that, there's really not going to be anything major here for year 1. We finalized the rotation. Something I actually forgot about is I didn't even talk about their first-round pick from this past season, Cason Wallace, because he was already down in the G League. Typically, my mind just skips over those. But yeah, he was number 10 overall, so he's going to spend some time in the G League. 2K actually sent him down there already, and it actually makes sense to me. I mean, why the hell wouldn't I put him down there? We have the flexibility. We have the young talent. It makes sense to me. I also went ahead and I sent Jalen Williams down to the G League. Again, maybe not the best decision, but I don't need 3 centers. So we will eventually make some decisions, though we will see. So Olivier Oliver. Can I call him up, actually? And can I send Mann? Yeah. I made a decision. Micic is going to be my backup point guard. So I'm going to send Tre Mann down to the G League as well. Maybe we can progress there a little bit. So tough decisions. Again, it's just I don't need... In real life, this is good to have. This is like a good problem. But here in 2K, I just don't need that much depth. So here's how it's going to look. It's SGA, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren. Bench unit's going to be led by Micic, followed by Isaiah Joe, Poku, Kenrick Williams, and Aaron Wiggins. So that's how it's going to look for now. I'm hoping it works out for us. Again, I think this is kind of a fringe playoff team. Definitely should be in the play-in, though. I'll see you guys at the end of year one. I'll say year one was good enough. I think we were around what I kind of expected, and I'll take it. We went 47 and 35. It's not a terrible record. It could even be good enough for just a general playoff spot, avoiding the play-in altogether. But we will see. Giannis is your MVP. Hell of a season from him. Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year, CP3. Giannis is your DPOY as well. Didn't he last time he won an MVP? Or was that 2 times ago? Because let me just do some math in my head. It went Embiid, Jokic, Giannis, right? Was it 2019, 20? I don't fucking know. Because he won both in 1 year, I think. I don't know. Maybe my memory's all getting all blurry. Paul Reed's most improved. John Morant, Clutch Player of the Year. Nick Nurse, Coach of the 58 and 24 Philadelphia 76ers, is your Coach of the Year. So we actually are an 8 seed. You can just see it right there. We'll dive into the numbers real quick. And yeah, we don't have an easy first-round matchup. As you saw in the play-in, we're going to be taking on the defending champion Denver Nuggets. Take a look over here at the Eastern Conference. Feel free to pause if you wish. We'll look at the numbers on the season, see who played well, see who did not. In terms of scoring, it was SGA. I mean, he was just incredible once again. 28 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.5 steals a game, about 1 block a game. I'll take that. Josh Giddey, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, Poku, Wiggins, Williams, Micic. Yeah, I mean, for a rookie year for Chet Holmgren, basically a double-double, I'll absolutely take that. Rebounds was Holmgren, and assists was Josh Giddey. So, as previously mentioned, we do have the Denver Nuggets here in the play-in. Not exactly my favorite team to face in a play-in game. Mostly because I think at the moment they're the best team in the Western Conference. Obviously, this is before the season starts, but you got to put them there for now. So let's see what ends up happening here. We do end up losing that, which means we are going to be facing the winner of this game right here. Let's sim through this, and it's going to be us against Portland here. Winner gets the 8 seed. Damian Lillard still not traded. At the moment I'm recording this video, we're still waiting for a Damian Lillard trade to unfold. He's still a Blazer at this point. Let's sim this game and see what ends up happening here. We do end up winning. So we have the Clippers here in round 1. Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, Zubats. Pretty good team. Obviously, I play with injuries off, so we know, yeah, obviously they're fully healthy. Let's just get into it. I do not expect to be winning this series. I think the Clippers are pretty good, especially injuries off. We're down 3-0 right now. We actually win a game, and we win game 4. We do get bounced in 5, though. So that's fine. I mean, this isn't a contending team. I never expected to really go far into the playoffs. It is what it is. It is going to be a Paul George and the Clippers taking on Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. I see conversations on Twitter sometimes about, like, all time, like, who is the better player, Jimmy versus Paul George. Hypothetically, I feel like a series like this could settle that. I don't know. It'd just be cool to see. All right. Heat end up winning in 6. Jimmy Butler is your finals MVP. I'm happy to see Jimmy get a ring. I'm a Celtics fan. I will always be, but I do hope Jimmy gets one at some point. Player retirements. LeBron calls it a career. So does Chris Paul, Andre Iguodala, Kyle Lowry, Al Horford, Thad Young. This is my childhood right here. Derrick Rose calls it a career. Damn, man. Tricky to see that. Okay, LeBron CP3 Hall of Fame, jersey retirements right here, a bunch of guys there. Draft lottery time. We should probably have at least 1 lottery pick. I'm projecting more than 1 in that. I don't know what the protections are on any of these, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. We're currently projected to have 2 top 10 picks. I don't know the protections, so hang with me while we take a look at this. And we end up with number 7 from the Houston Rockets, and I think that's it, right? Am I missing anything, at least lottery-wise? Okay. We have number 7 overall. That's cool. Staff signing. Mark Dagnall's fine. Has pretty average ratings, I would say. But he's good enough for now. And then let's head up to the draft. Because obviously, with all the picks we have this year and future-wise, we have some options. We actually only have 2 picks this year. As crazy as that sounds with a Thunder, only have 2 first-round picks this year. That's fine by me. I think there's definitely something we can do with this. So I'll see you guys with the move. I'd like to move up in the draft, and we're going to see if the Charlotte Hornets can help us do that. They own the 3rd overall selection. This is number 7. This is number 18. I'd like to see if we can maybe jump up 4 spots and have a little bit more options, if you will, at that draft spot. So, yeah, they're not going to take that straight up. In terms of other things I'd be willing to give up, I mean, I don't really need any of these second-round picks. So if you maybe... I'd like to avoid giving up a first. You know, we have obviously pretty much endless first-round picks right now. But I don't want to just give them away for nothing. I'd rather give up the seconds if possible. That's not possible. Are there any players I'd be willing to trade? Maybe Micic. You know, honestly, didn't play necessarily terrible for kind of the minutes he had on this team. But I'm probably just going to go with Trey Mann moving forward. So, yeah, also, like, actually, maybe I'd rather move Cody Martin. All right, cool. That's fine. All right, so 3rd overall pick. Let's see who goes in the top 2. We'll obviously make our selection after that. It's going to be the Wizards and the Spurs picking ahead of us. Justin Edwards out of Kentucky goes number 1 overall to the Wizards. Number 2 is going to be DJ Wagner. So, Let's see our options here at number 3. We have Ron Holland, who our scouting department says is a 79 overall. Stefan Cassell, Alexander Sarr, Matas Buzelis, or Matt. I think it's Matas. I'll double check that. Obviously, you have guys like Bronny James down here. In terms of a positional need, I mean, our backcourt's set. I'm very comfortable with SGA. I'm very comfortable with Josh Giddey. I'm good enough now for center. I think Chet Holmgren's good. I don't want to say weakest, but it probably is the weakest. It's probably our small forward spot. And that's not a shot against Lou Dort. He's obviously a tremendous defensive player. I'd like to have him on this team still. But I'm thinking small forward might be the way to go. I really am right now. So Ron Holland might be my guy. I also could go Matas Buzelis, but I'm just going to go Ron Holland. I mean, the scouting department says he's a 79 overall. Who knows if that's actually 100% accurate, but he ends up actually being a 79 overall. So you know what? We're going to probably go with Ron Holland. Maybe for the future of this video. I don't really know. Williams, Holmgren, Joe, Wiggins, and Jang are all going to be coming back here. Obviously, probably won't end up keeping them all long term, but Lindy Walters probably not going to get a qualifying. But we will go ahead and obviously make some trades and some decisions. So at this point in time, I do want to bring Poku back. Other than that, it doesn't really look like we have any free agents. So obviously some tremendous depth on this team. We are definitely going to have to make at least one trade, though. We're going to talk to Memphis, see if there's any way we could possibly get Jaren Jackson Jr. Don't get me wrong, I like Jalen Williams a lot, and maybe we could win a championship with him as our starting power forward. I don't want to trade him. I'd rather just have him come off the bench. Triple J would be a significant upgrade. I don't really think there's much arguing that. And when I kind of look at how this team's constructed right now, if this was a 10-year rebuild, sure, I'd keep Jalen Williams as my starter. Here in a 3-year rebuild, we got to get some better players. So Triple J, obviously fresh off a depoy, would be that, or well, technically be 2. You know what I'm saying. Micic, Isaiah Joe, Kendrick Williams, all in the trade, kind of for obvious reasons. Either depth or just really not needed anymore. I'd like to get a trade like this possibly done. So in terms of anybody else, I'd probably even be willing to throw in the other Jalen Williams. And I only say that because we're probably going to bring Poku back, and I don't need 3 centers. So how about the other Jalen Williams? Again, we're not really giving up any draft picks right now. And honestly, you want Ousmane Dieng, you can have them. Again, these are just guys that are young and good, don't get me wrong, but they're just not going to play. Aaron Wiggins is one of those as well. I gave up a lot. That's a ton of depth, don't get me wrong. But none of those guys were playing. And again, I'm probably going to get roasted for that. And maybe I deserve it. But honestly, I play 10 guys. I don't need like 15 guys that are capable of playing. And I'd rather keep the draft pick. So Triple J now here. Jalen Williams going to be his backup. All likelihood going to be our 6th man. Cleared out some depth at the small forward spot as well. We're going to have Holland and Dort. And yeah, Kaysen Wallace is going to get a shot backing up Josh Giddey. And obviously Trey Mann now taking over full-time backup point guard responsibilities behind SGA. So our only thing left to do at this point, basically bring Poku back. Wants about $9.5 million a year over 3 years. That's fine by me. We signed him to a 3-year, basically $30 million deal. So other than that, I'm good. I'm content with the moves we've made. I'm hoping to see some pretty good progression. And I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. I think we had a pretty good offseason. We went ahead and made some major changes to this team. We sacrificed a lot of our depth to make an upgrade. And overall wise, I think it's going to work out for the best. We were a playoff team last year. Ultimately kind of got our asses kicked in round 1. But we've kind of retooled a little bit. We've changed out 2 new starters. We've had some progression. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I really am. Shai-Gilgeous, Alexander, Josh Giddey remain in the backcourt. Ron Holland, we drafted him 3rd overall. I'm giving him the starting nod. It's not a shot against Lou Dort, potential-wise, though. I'm going with Holland. I am. Sue me. Jaren Jackson Jr., our new starting power forward, and then Chet Holmgren is still at that center spot. Bench unit will be led by Jalen Williams. He'll be our 6th man, followed by Lou Dort, Poku, Trey Mann, and Kaysen Wallace. So excited to kind of clean up a little bit of the, I don't want to call it like a clusterfuck, but like in 2K especially, there's so many guys that are not going to be able to get minutes. I'd rather combine them all into one trade like I did, get an upgrade in Triple J, and we didn't give up a single draft pick. That's kind of the real win here. So I'm excited to see how this year goes. I expect to be better than last year. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. A tremendous second season for us here in Oklahoma City as Evan Mobley is your MVP. You don't see that one too often. Good for you, Evan. Hell of a season. We went 61-21, 60-plus wins. Always tremendous. I will absolutely take that for a year 2. Justin Edwards won 1st overall. He wins Rookie of the Year. Christian Wood is your 6th man of the year. He's in Philadelphia. Evan Mobley also wins Depoy. It's the 2nd straight year we've had an MVP and a Depoy be the same person. Good for you guys. Dyson Daniels, but really? I mean, I guess you're doing a little bit of everything, but like, okay. AD is your clutch player of the year, JB Bickerstaff coach of the year. So we did not have the best record in the league, but we are the 1 seed here in the West. You can see that right there. We'll take a full look at the standings real quick. We were 12 games up on Dallas, so we won 61 games. No other team even won 50 in the West. Here's a look at the East. That's a little bit more spread out. So let's take a look at the numbers. I'm assuming SGA led us in scoring. He did. Josh Giddey. Triple J, Ron Holland. Pretty solid rookie year. 14.5 points, about 6 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal. I'll take that. Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, Mann, Poku, Wallace. Not bad all around. Rebounds went to Holmgren, and assists was Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey was insane. I didn't even realize how crazy that was. 19.5 points, almost 9 boards. That's insane. All right, who's going to be round one? It is going to be us and the Sacramento Kings. They have lost De'Aaron Fox. Did you do a trade to get Chris Middleton? I don't even know what the hell that is all about, but that's a dumb decision, whoever made that. Okay, we're 1-1 with the Kings right now. We go down 2-1. Really? Okay. Going to game 7, and we lose. Yeah, I mean, it's cool coming back like all the way to a game 7 when you're down 3-1, but there's just no way we should be in that position in the first place. So there will be some changes. There will definitely be some changes. It's going to be a Cavs and a Dallas Mavericks finals, and Dallas goes on to win it all. Luka Doncic, obviously an incredible player. I'd love to have him here. Wins finals MVP. All right, we're obviously heading into the final season, which means there's really no more room for development years and anything like that. It is championship or bust. Let's take a look at the draft lottery. We are, wow, I actually don't. Oh, no, we're right there. We're number 5. I don't know if we actually are going to have that pick or not. And we do. What's at number 6? That's obviously awesome. All right, cool. Staff signing. It's Mark Daigneault. His contract's up. Who's here? Stauffer's here. I think this would be a good time to go out and get him. I do. And he actually doesn't even want to come here. Jacob Underwood would probably be my next best option. Actually, is there anybody else here? Just curious. Cedric Miller. Tully Walker actually has some pretty good ratings. I don't know. That name sounds awfully familiar. Billy Donovan. Mark Daigneault. I could just bring him back, and it's like, again, it's not like he's like a bad coach, but does he really do anything that's that amazing? I mean, those ratings don't really make me think he does. But Tully Walker here has 2 3.5 stars. I'm only really looking at offense and defense. I mean, his basketball IQ is relatively low, which kind of scares me. Like, as you can see, Daigneault here is kind of spread all around well. I'm in a bit of a pickle right now. I am. I'm going Underwood. I've had success with Jacob Underwood in the past, and what's to say it won't happen again? Obviously, Stauffer would have been great, but Jacob Underwood's fine. All right, let's head up to the draft. We do have the 6th overall pick. There's obviously a decision to be made with that pick. Whether we use it or not is TBD. We also have 22, 23, and 27. So, to me, that smells like a big trade. I don't know exactly what it could be, but we'll find something. We're going to work on a deal here with Sacramento for Domantas Sabonis. They obviously just bounced us in the first round as a play-in team, and I'd like to make an upgrade. It's not me sitting here and saying Chet Holmgren's playing bad or anything like that. I honestly just think he's a little bit too young. So, Lou Dort, Poku is going to be my offer. Lou Dort is a good depth piece, don't get me wrong. If I can make an upgrade for a guy like Sabonis, I'm doing it every day of the week. So, we're going to try to do this. I'm assuming I'm probably going to have to include some draft picks as well. I'd actually like to save number 6 if that's possible. Wow, that's it? That's all it takes to get Domantas Sabonis? Well, I'll take that. All right, which means we still have the 6th overall pick. So we still have a little bit of flexibility. What we're going to do with that pick, honestly, I don't know. I'll either draft somebody and then maybe trade them, or I don't know. Hang with me. We just really don't have the money or the contracts to make a big trade right now, so I'm just going to draft somebody at number 6. I actually don't really know this draft class very well. Oh, it's Cooper Flagg. Okay, I actually love to have Cooper Flagg on this team. Anyway, I can maybe move up to number 1. But I don't need a power forward at all. How tall is Cooper Flagg? He's 6'9". Ace Bailey's also here. That could be my new backup small. I don't really know, because Cooper Flagg is, you see things about him all the time. He's a New England kid. I don't know. I really don't. I might just sit at 6. Ace Bailey would be cool. I just don't know how much impact any rookie would really have on this team moving forward. I really don't. So, you know what? I'll sit at 6. That's fine. If we needed a power forward, I'd probably try to trade up for Cooper Flagg, but I just don't. So, in terms of small forwards here, I mean, we have some guys who are, shooting guards and maybe could move, like a Trey Johnson, 6'7". And honestly, he's going to be my pick. I don't know how good he's going to be for me, but again, he's going to be a backup if anything. Maybe he'll even be traded. So, yeah, let's see what happens here. He's actually a 77 overall. Team player options: William, Holmgren, Wallace, all coming back. Look at qualifying offers. Trey Mann, Josh Giddey are both going to be qualified. Obviously, getting Josh Giddey back, very, very important. So, like, in terms of going out and like signing like a Giannis, obviously maybe could consider something like that, but we just don't have the money. So we're just going to bring our guys back. It's I want to say it's been working, like 60-plus wins last year. It's obviously ideal, but again, you never really like coming up short, especially the way we did. So Giddey and Mann are coming back. I think there's still one more trade coming. I don't know if this is going to go through. Even if it does, I definitely don't know if it's the smartest move in the world. But heading into the final season, when we're championship hopeful, I want to have the best players possible. Jay Ivey would obviously be an upgrade in this starting 5. A little bit undersized at only 6'4" for a small forward spot anyways, but I'd still do it. Trey Johnson, we obviously just took him 6th overall. Cason Wallace is definitely a replaceable backup right now. And yeah, I think Jaden Ivey would be great. And that's actually all it took. Wow, that's actually really easy. I also could move Giddey to the 3. He is 6'8". But honestly, he feels like more of like a facilitator to me, like more even like a point guard. I think it makes more sense to move Ivy there. So his overall doesn't really change. Giddey's overall only goes up 1. We still have the size. It's not like we're losing size by not moving Giddey. So, you know what? We're going to go ahead and move Jaden Ivey to the 3. He'll be the starter there. We're just going to have Ron Holland come off the bench. It's not like Holland or Chet Holmgren played bad last year. We just need some better players. We want to be a serious contender this year. So right now, I'm looking for a backup shooting guard. My options are probably not going to be great. I'm actually just going to sign Isaiah Joe, and then I'm probably going to try to do some sort of sign-and trade. Yeah, I'm looking for guys making like $8 million. I mean, we're not even going to capitalize on all of our draft picks right now, which is a little bit unfortunate. But again, there's really not much else more I could really do with this team. So maybe this is where it comes back to bite me in the ass that I traded all that depth earlier. But I'm still cool with it. I'd love to actually go out and get Shaedon Sharpe. Is that a possibility? Isaiah Joe. And then how about I just give you literally every first-round pick I own because it's the final year and I can't take them with me. I do not care. Take whatever you want. Have all of them. Thank you very much. All right, welcome to the team, Shaedon Sharpe. Do I actually maybe want to do that with the point guard spot too? With Trey Mann? That might be an option. How much is he making this year? Again, I'm just trying to have the best of the best for the final year. Again, I think that's a responsible and smart thing to do. Because I do want to bring this championship, or excuse me, I do want to bring this team a championship. So I'm going to give it a go. I mean, if there's nobody here that's, reasonable, I'll probably pass. Scoot Henderson's not going to happen. Just take both the guys from Portland. That'd be funny. Other than that, it's just a lot of free agents. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Scoot Henderson is a possibility, right? I mean, maybe. Is he? There's no way, right? I mean, I highly doubt, even with 5 first-round picks, that they would take this. No, they do not. Yeah, I mean, they actually don't even have Damian Lillard here anymore. That probably is why they won't take that, but that's fine. I'm just going to roll with that. I'll see you guys at the start of the final year. We're here at the start of year 3. I'm going to try to make a trade here with New York and acquire Markelle Fultz. Again, it's not like it's a significant upgrade, but for the final year, I do want to go ahead and have the best players possible. So it's not a shot against Trey Mann. Obviously, there's only 1 overall difference, but I mean, you just kind of look at the numbers. I mean, Markelle Fultz obviously playing a lot more minutes, and I think he's going to be an upgrade. So again, obviously, I have the assets to get this to go through. It's not going to probably take 5 firsts. But he was honestly my best option, and yeah, I'm going to go with it. So let's see what we can do here. It takes 3 firsts. That's a little much. If it wasn't the final year, there's no chance I'd do it. But let's set this rotation. We definitely had a busy offseason here in Oklahoma City. We have a new head coach and a plethora of new players. We won 61 games last year and then got embarrassed in round 1. That can't happen with a team that needs to win a championship. We made some adjustments. I'm here for them. It's Shai-Gilgeous Alexander, Josh Giddey, Jaden Ivey, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Domantas Sabonis. Second year in a row, we've had 2 new starters on this team. Bench is insane. Shaedon Sharpe, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, Ron Holland, and Markelle Fultz. So this is it, man. This is our final shot of winning a championship. I think we have the talent to do so. I know we have the depth to do so. So here we go. I'll see you guys at the end of the final year. The final season was good, at least regular season-wise. We go 74-8 on the year. Obviously, that's the best record in NBA history. It means nothing if you don't do it come playoff time. Luka Doncic won it all last year. He won a Finals MVP this year. He wins a regular season MVP on a near triple-double. Cooper Flagg's Rookie of the Year, obviously. We could have probably traded up to get him. Would obviously have not had that impact here in Oklahoma City. Cam Thomas, 23 points a game as a 6-man. Hell of a season for him. Evan Mobley, second straight year of DPOY. Delano Banton, most improved. Interesting. Luka Doncic, clutch player of the year. Jacob Underwood, coach of the year. New head coach, first season coach of the year. Obviously, a pretty good initiation season. All right, I meant initial, not initiation. All right, 74-8. We were 21 games up on the Thunder for the 1 seed here. Obviously, best record in the league. Let's take a look at the stats on the season in terms of scoring. SGA, Jaden Ivey, Josh Giddey, Triple J, Sabonis, Sharpe, Holmgren. I like it. I do. I mean, we just have so much more depth now. Not depth. I mean, let me say this. We had a shit ton of depth to kick off this video. There were a ton of young players in this team. What I'm referring to is quality depth that you can bring into the playoffs and feel confident about winning. Not to say those guys that are right now on the Thunder roster couldn't be that. They're just not at this point in time. We have Utah here in round 1, who now have Trae Young. Okay. I'm not sure how that happened, but Cool. Okay. Round 1 here against the Jazz. This should be a relatively easy round, and it was. Moving on to the Timberwolves here in round 2. Isaiah Collier, Anthony Edwards, Jay McDaniels, Chris Middleton playing the 4. Interesting. Rudy Gobert. Chris Middleton was in Sacramento last year, and they beat us in round 1. Is Chris Middleton going to be a pain in the ass for us in this series? I really hope not. We are currently up 3-1 against the Timberwolves. We move on to the West Finals, taking on the Houston Rockets. Another young team who have added Kawhi Leonard. All right. That's definitely not my favorite thing, and there's some pretty good depth there as well. Can we beat this Houston Rockets team? We're up 3-0 right now. Beautiful. All right, we're in the finals. We're in the finals. SGA is your Western Conference Finals MVP. We're going to take it on Scotty Barnes and the Toronto Raptors. Davion Mitchell, Desmond Bane, Scotty Barnes, Precious Achiuwa, Miles Turner. OG Anunoby coming off the bench. I would just play Anunoby at the 3 and have Barnes at the 4. That's just me, though. All right, let's see what ends up happening here in the NBA Finals. We are currently down 2-0 to the... Really? Did that Raptors team seem like it was that good to you? Yeah, I mean, I don't really know if I agree with that. Who's on this team again? Yeah, yeah, I don't buy it. For me, anyways, I'm not seeing it. I do want to see what ends up happening here in the finals. Yeah. What is this? What is this? I don't know. All right, well, we got close, but no cigar. I mean, it is what it is. We built a hell of a team. Just look at that. That's fucking insane. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That Raptors team just didn't really seem like it was good enough, but I guess 2K disagreed. But nonetheless, this was a good rebuild. I think we put together a hell of a team, and I don't know. I want to come back at some point and do another Thunder rebuild. They're obviously a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys still enjoyed it. I'm sorry I didn't win a championship. My apologies, Thunder fans. You guys definitely do have a bright future, though. So as always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. We're trying to get through every single team before the actual NBA season starts. It's a lofty goal, but it hopefully will come true. That's it for me. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all on the next one.